Hi, this is Kim Watson speaking on Friday, 21st of July. Welcome to a morning outlook. Looking at the euro dollar first, and as you see, yesterday, bullish engulfing candle ran into the monthly R2 area. So where next with this? Well, there's a possibility if we come out to the weekly here picture. We've sort of broken the trend last week. This week, well, we're seeing a good follow through. At the moment, we've already broken the highs there of um, 2006, and in fact, we're right back to the highs of August 2015. So we've really uh, pushing up, and we're pretty close to that level now. It's not far off it, and maybe we'll see that or the weekly 200 as targets. So there is a potential for further upside. Excuse me. So let's come down the time frames a little bit here. I was looking at any potential divergences. There's not really anything. So you get down to the 60 minutes, and even there's no divergence. We've got this extreme running on at the moment on the hourlies there. It's we have got the daily pivot below, so there's always that chance at some point if it started to roll over quite early, it could come back for that sort of level, or at least the 21s. But at the moment, it's, well, as I say, looking there, it's got um, a decent bit of momentum coming back. It's had a decent bit of momentum. Lost that through that session there. It may start picking up again with this morning. We'll see how it rolls. But there is some short-term divergences on the lower time frames, but in the main here, it's pushing up. So it's just a case of looking. There may be opportunities into retracements to buy, provided it hasn't retraced too strong. If it starts running beyond the 38 towards the 50% retracements on this sort of move, I'd be a bit wary. Okay, let's have a look at the pound dollar. Pound dollar, well, sold off even yesterday, managed to sell off in the end, one of the weaker of the weaker currencies there. Obviously, the euro benefited from Draghi's remarks, etc. But the pound, well, it slipped back down again there yesterday. Brexit talks not helping factors here, and a lack of real decision clarity or anything like that is probably not helping. Um, at the moment, we're just chopping along to me with a sort of lower highs confirmed in the sense, and looking at its 4-hour picture, it does look like, well, we could just roll over some more, but maybe the strength of the euro against the dollar may kick the dollar a little bit weaker and may help the pound. But I mean, we're seeing this move this morning, but it really there's a reasonable trend line sort of sitting across the lows here. Let me just drop that on there. Dropping across there. If it starts breaking that area, maybe we could be on for yesterday's lows, S1 sort of zone. Buying for the pound at the moment, I think it's a struggle for me. I'd rather be on the short side of it at the moment. In this current, or today, should I say. Okay, dollar yen. Well, the yen yesterday looked like it's trying to push up high, got as far as, well, air kiss of the daily 8 really, and 21 there, and it's softened again, and now it's looks like it's going to continue to the downside. Original pitch thinking in this was there was further downside, still got a monthly pivot below, and now it's as I say, heading towards that sort of zone potentially. 60-minute point of view, been all over the daily pivot, bit of a messy old pattern kicking in here. There was a sort of a trend, a sort of a rising trend that's been broken with this current bar. It may just be a case of some patience this morning and see what we get from this. Just a straightforward trend line across these lows at the moment may be a bit, may work. To the downside, yesterday's lows, S1 sort of zone, and as I said, there's the monthly pivot still untouched below, so we've still got some time to hit that. Okay, any upside? Well, I must admit, was bullish yesterday, late in the sort of mid-morning there, and it did go part of the way into the point of resistance of these prior highs lows sort of zone. Didn't manage to cut through that this morning. Well, if it did start picking up, maybe we could look at the horizontal support resistance sort of levels across this 112.0710 area, sort of 8-ish area, the prior sort of pivotal area. If it was to break above that, maybe looking a bit more bullish. But at the moment, as I say, what's happening here, I'm erring on the bearish side. Aussie dollar. Well, Aussie dollar gave some back this morning through Asian session. With the comments of the strength of the Aussies hurting the economy a little bit there, and there were no rate changes after a half decent day yesterday. I mean, it was a real key in the candle yesterday, but at least for a part of it, was the indecision there, closing on a doji there, and well, indecision leads to sell-offs mostly. But I think, as I said, if there's any more sort of weakness, we've got problems. I say we've got problems. They've got problems with Trump, and more investigations of his financial situation, etc. over there, that it may just see the dollar selling more. Okay, in which case we'd see the Aussie pushing back towards these prior highs from yesterday. Any sell-off? Well, we have already gone through the daily pivot. The S1, the S. On a wide day like this, don't really expect to see an S2 as a target. Really, the probability of being hit is pretty low. Maybe the Asian session lows may be retested there. Okay, and finally the Canadian dollar. Before I do that, I just want a quick check on the price of oil. It's pushing up a bit again yesterday. Sold off in the afternoon there on later. It's come through from the dailies, and we're finding a bit of support at the moment into the monthly S2 pivot. It looks very unlikely we're going to see any moves back towards the weekly pivot. It looks like a very unlikely opportunity there. So, and if anything, to me, there's potential for it to sell off again. It's managed yesterday to break the sort of trend there level, but later afternoon sold off there. The news, the stock news, inventories certainly helping it there, and well, we may see a similar thing here in terms of a bit of a follow through this morning. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe opportunities to sell back down towards yesterday's lows, that S1 zone. Any sort of rallies, well, really, personally, I prefer to see above that 50 MA, because I don't really trust the upside on this as it's sitting at the moment. Right, that's it for me. News-wise today is very little news. We've got public sector net borrowing at 9.30 on the pound, which may give a bit of volatility around that. But thereafter, we've got the Canadian data, we've got the inflation data coming out at 1:30, and that's it, pretty much done for the day. Have a great day. Bye for now.